And here's the crazy part. I'm a pretty social guy. I can go places and people will ask for numbers or I'll get numbers. But this was one of the first times in my life outside of my truly best friends from childhood where people would call me, but they weren't calling for things, Chris. I'm calling for things. What are you calling for? Hey, bro, how you doing? I'm good. Long pause. How are you? Oh, this is what's going on for them. Oh, oh. Hey, sister. How are you? Oh, hey, thanks for calling. Some of those calls were just silence, but it wasn't for things
Yeah.
because it was both of us remembering how to interact as humans. Those who came long, long, long before us used to interact.
Oh, when did we forget?
Well, do you want to go down this rabbit hole, Grant?
Just like that's pretty fucking powerful. I don't want to overlook that. For a lot of people, that is the reality where they're constantly exchanging things. It's a constant um it's it's buying and selling. It's the equivalent of going to your town center and no one wants to talk to you unless you've got money. That's a reality.
Yeah, absolutely. It's rooted in fear. It's rooted in fear, all of those behaviors and actions. And what I mean by that is not that all of those behaviors and actions are fearful, but we're looking to acquire what we already have. Now, you go back historically, I used to be a Waldorf teacher, so I love these kind of questions. Um,
I love that. We're looking to acquire
once,
what we already have.
once, once we left communal living, once we became separate, there became a level of transactionalism. And I'm not saying debit cards and MasterCards. I'm saying you live over here, I live over here. Interesting. What do you have over here? I have this over here. Cool. There is a degree of curiosity that went along with that. However, as that continued, the curiosity kind of leveled out and it became more of what can I get? What can I get? Oh, what does that remind us of? Center of the story, center of the story. And in a men's work context, in my opinion, a deep blow in this time, Robert Bly speaks of this as well, and those who came before him, was the Industrial Revolution. So what happens? Fathers leave the home to go create things that can be acquired. Factories, great. Mothers are at home with young children, beautiful. Fathers come home, if they could, and they can only spend a certain amount of time before they have to go back to create things to be acquired. This has created generations and generations and generations and generations of men who essentially don't know what it means to be around other men or to be fathered, right? You know the term hangover? You ever heard that term, Chris? Yeah. Where does that come from? Where does it come from?
The,
Actually,
mo-
there's nothing to do with alcohol.
the movie. No, I'm joking. Um, I
Close.
okay, well, so it's to do with cinema or something,
Yeah,
maybe.
it definitely has meaning there
Proper
as well.
propaganda.
No. So what would happen in the Industrial Revolution in certain factories, and then it became common practice, was owners would hang a rope in between corners of a room so that when you were so exhausted, you would go and hang over it until they could wake you and you could come back. That's what a hangover, that's where that word came from. It's the etymology of it. Literal, that's why.
Wow.
Mm, mm. So when we take the time to take the time,
Yeah.
then we can acquire, if you would, awareness. And then I can make my decisions off that. There's nothing wrong with acquiring things. Wonderful, fantastic, great. But please do not acquire without knowing why you're acquiring. Not what you're acquiring, but why. Where does this come from within me? I have a computer. Why did I want to have a computer? Well, I wanted to be able to talk to people like you where I could see their face. I wanted to be able to save all the books I was writing in. I want the trees to be able to stand tall and not be used for my writing pieces as much as I can. I like acquisition isn't a bad thing. Acquisition without an awareness is quite a terrifying thing. I would say in a great deal, our world has been our the cosmology of humans has been trending towards acquisition without awareness. I mean, Amazon. I need this, I need that. Oh, I need that too. It's a sale. Might as well. Right. And we've lost all these things in a large way through, forgetting about what Calais would use the acronym for of CPR, ceremony, prayer, and ritual. What's one of the scariest things we can say at a men's event to a group of men who've never been to a men's event, Chris? What's the arguably one of the scariest things we can say? First 10 minutes. I really want to scare people. What can I say? It's these words. Now we're going to sing. Doesn't matter where you go. Doesn't matter where you go. I got to take a phone call. Sorry, I really need to use the washroom because that's been so far taken out. The ratio, as my father would say, is golden and is correct. Listen more than speak. However, when did we forget to sing?
Yeah.
I'm not an in-tune singer. Like, just to be clear. And I sing. But I didn't for a long, long time.